Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Big East Rewind. I'm Chuck Everson, your 7-foot host from Villanova, and today, my partner helping me out as we have a very, very special edition of the Rewind, the point guard of the '85 national champs, the floor general, my main man, Gary McLain. How are you, Gary?
I'm doing excellent. Hello, everybody out there. I'm excited to be on the program. It's decided that there would be no better way to celebrate annual Summer Jam.
Yeah,
Alongside my
that's a good lead-in. That's a good lead-in because today is all about Summer Jam and the Villanova brotherhood and the Villanova family. You know, we're going to take you inside the ropes to see what Summer Jam's all about. Summer Jam started probably over 25 years ago. Wright started it, and it's a day of golf, a day of fun, a day of hanging out with family, a day of the older guys, the pros, playing against the younger guys, and having a lot of laughs and being together as a family. So we're going to take you through it all. We're going to talk to everybody. We're going to talk with Coach Wright. We're going to talk with our new coach, Coach Kevin Willard, and this is going to be a blast. This is going to be a real good show, so sit tight. It's going to be so fun.
Being here, but most importantly, say thank you for letting us join this family. This has been a special 3 months for my wife, myself, my kids. I have so much respect for this program, for what Coach Mass, Coach Lapp, and obviously what Coach Wright have done here. To be part of this family, to be part of your group, for these guys to be part of this family and be part of your family, I think is really special. So thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing this great tradition. We will keep this going forever. And I think it's really important. And what I ask for all you guys is, I kind of have an open door policy. You don't have to call or text or ask if you can come to practice or stop by the office. You are always welcome. Come by. I would love, the more you can come by and meet these guys. It's a really good group, but to tell your stories about how special this place is, to now the ever-changing world of college basketball, where maybe they're not around as long as I'd like them to be. It's just the truth. Maybe your stories will help convince them to stay, to be perfectly honest with you. Your culture, what you've done, your accomplishments, the groundwork you laid will help continue this unbelievable culture that has started for years and years. So thank you for being so accepting. Have fun. Please drink a lot of water. And I will see everybody at lunch. Go Cats.
Okay. So we're here with the Hall of Famer, Coach Wright. Coach, you started Summer Jam.
You helped me.
Tell us how that happened and see what it turned into and talk about that. Talk about that whole thing.
When I was an assistant under Coach Mass, I recognized how close all the players were and the former players. And when you were coming back then as a former player, and I knew it was the greatest strength of our program. So when I got here as the head coach, I just wanted to organize it to make sure we never lost it. It was here before we got here, but we just organized it with this event. And I wanted the younger players, so we would tell them, you play for those who come before you. We would tell them that, but I want them to meet those guys, right? And I knew the guys like you and the former players wanted to meet them. So I wanted to keep that connection for life between every year of Villanova players that they knew each year. They'd come back and see each other at this event.
Yeah, and it's awesome. All the guys love it. The alumni talk about it all the time. We all know it's the last Monday in July or first in August. You know what's funny to me, though? And to see guys like Jalen and Josh and Collin, I was here when they were taking golf lessons one year, and they couldn't hit the ball from me to you. And now here they are playing scratch golf, some of these guys.
Exactly. I remember when I was an assistant, Doug West started playing. All of a sudden, he became a hell of a player. I remember Josh and Jalen, you're right.
Yeah.
They had never even picked up a club.
Never picked up a club.
Now I'm playing with Jalen on Wednesday. Now he thinks he's going to beat me. Right? But that, that is a little part of it where you introduce these guys, the current players, to golf. A lot of times the first time they touch a club and then they get hooked.
Yeah. And it's not just golf. It's, we got a little scrimmage later. We got dinner. We got, you know, we'll get together. We got to take our big team photo at midcourt. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this and a lot of planning. Your staff and now Kevin's staff does a great job of getting this all together and keeping this organized.
I always loved, if you remember the first year, I think you came back and played. First year we did it.
Yep.
We were preparing to go to Italy. The team was going to Italy our first
Right.
summer. So we got all you alums to come back and play against our team. That's where we got the idea.
Right.
But we had a big crowd at that one because we were allowed to do it because we were going on a trip.
Yeah.
But now we do it behind the scenes. Only the former players can watch. Former players, coaches, managers. And that game where the pros play against a team is a
They get after it.
competitive
Oh,
game,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember, and we have the big dinner afterwards. I remember Kyle Lowry, because they were losing, wouldn't let them end the game. And everybody was waiting for them at dinner, and they were
Right.
all late because Kyle wouldn't end the game.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Last question. I'll let you go hit the ball. Okay. Now that Coach Willard is here, I know you've been to a couple practices. What are your first impressions of him and the current team?
Well, I feel like I knew Kevin so well because we competed against each other. And when you're preparing for his team, you knew you were going to play against a team that played hard, that defended extremely well, that played unselfishly. And it was just fun to go to practice and actually watch to see how he does it.
Yeah.
Because I always played against him. I knew he did it. I didn't know how he did it, but he's got a great staff. And what really makes me happy is he's come back and embraced the traditions and the history of Villanova basketball. He told me, he's like, I knew there was a great alumni presence and the former players were tight, but I had no idea they were this tight. And I think he really is going to build on that, and that makes me really happy.
Yeah, I think going forward, it's going to be what we make it now, because he's able and he's willing and everything else, and I think we have to come back. All our guys have to come back, and he was nice enough to stop out and hang out with us last night.
That's
so
awesome.
we're looking forward to it. It's great talking to you. Great seeing you, my man.
Thanks for all you
everything.
do, buddy, man.
Thank you.
We love your podcast.
All
man.
right. Here with
Thanks,
Collin
pal.
Gillespie, former Nova great, and now with the Phoenix Suns. Congratulations on your new deal. It's awesome. We're very proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Question for you: as a player here, as a student athlete here at Villanova, what was this like for you coming around and seeing all the old guys come back? And now, what's it like now that you're a former player coming back to Summer Jam?
Yeah, I mean, it's very special. It speaks to the tradition and culture that we have here. And as a player, it was very special to see all the older guys, the guys that came before us. We talk about it so much, playing for the guys that came before you. So that was really important and special to the current guys who are playing. So being on the other side of it now is cool for me, being able to come back and just talk with everybody, get all the old stories and stuff like that, and just be able to share these memories and the moments with you guys and the guys that I played with. So it's a really cool experience.
Mm-hmm. So do you stay in the area a little bit? Are you working out with the current team a little bit, or?
I haven't been. I've been kind of back and forth, Phoenix and here. But when I come home, it's kind of just I'll pop in, see my family for a couple days. But I was up at school probably a month or two ago. Saw Coach Willard, saw the staff, met some of the guys, the newer guys.
Yeah.
And I stay in touch with some of the guys that I've known for a little bit. Tyler obviously has been here. This is second or third year.
Yep.
So I'm close with him too.
Last question, I'll let you go. I know you can get back to hitting it, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you faced a lot of adversity in your career, both here at Villanova with injuries, and then as you went into the pros, and then you had the two-way deal, and now you're on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about what it takes to get to the level that you're at now. I mean, because really, Collin, it's something that is inspirational to guys, you know, especially guys that play here.
Yep. I mean, it's a lot of grit and determination, and then just not giving up, you know what I'm saying? We talk about it all the time, having a good attitude through everything. Obviously, we learned that here at Villanova, and Coach Wright kind of instilled that in a lot of us. So just keeping a great attitude every day, approaching every day the right way. But that's really it, just keeping a good attitude and doing things the right way.
That's great. You know, Coach Massimino used to tell us the true character of somebody comes out during times of adversity. And my man, you have some character.
I appreciate
Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
Collin
All the
Gillespie.
best to you this year.
Appreciate it.
All right, God bless.
Back here, Chuck Everson with my partner today, my point guard, my main man, Gary McLain.
Yeah.
Gary, so great to see you back
Yeah.
at school and on campus and went in the mix with everybody.
Absolutely.
What does that mean for you?
You know what it means is it's way more than a flight from where I live to Philadelphia to come and enjoy this time with my brethren, my comrades. But it reminds me of the reason why I came to Villanova, because of the rich history. I'm a student of the game, 62, still a student of the game. I've just overcome some challenges because they never stop coming. You know, I came over some double hip surgery. You get older. December 31st, 2024, January 31st, 2025, and here I am. I don't know, I might tell you I'm in the best shape of my life. So coming back to Nova just to show some weight loss, 35 pounds, just to be next to Chuck, just to be next to some of the guys like Collin Gillespie, Jay Wright, Whitey Rigsby, Ed Pinkney, Harold Jensen. You know, it's not just about the 85 team. It's about a culmination of hard work, dedication, perseverance, and resilience. And when you come back and you're around that, then we all go back to our separate corners and we continue to fight. That's what that's all about.
That's well said. Very well put. You know, now that we have Summer Jam, you've been back to a few of them. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite part of the day when we? Because it's a big day for everybody. There's golf that goes on. Neither one of us really get down with the golf. Mm-hmm. But you know, the guys play later. There's the dinner later. There's catching up with it. What's your favorite part of Summer Jam?
You know what? It changes each and every time. There's so much involved. There's so many moving parts. What happens is sometimes, and it used to be breakfast, right? And it used to be meeting everybody, getting a hug. Now, I think it's a culmination of watching everything unfold. Not only how everybody looks. Today I met Wayne Whitney, who is 83 years old, who played with the famous Wally Jones at the Point. And I have that on film. I guess there's no favorite. What happens is as the day unfolds,
right,
I realized that the entire day was my favorite.
Yeah.
Because of the moving parts. The sum of the parts are greater than the whole. So, you know, that's how I put that.
Yeah, I agree with you because like back in the day when Paul Arizin was here and when Howard Porter was here with us, you know, we got to Chris Ford. Some of these guys have played with the best. Paul Arizin and I are talking about the night Wilt scored 100 points.
Yeah.
Because Paul was the second leading scorer.
Amazing.
It's amazing, some of the stories and the history that goes on here at Villanova. So speaking of history, we're writing new history now. We have a new coach. Okay, Kevin Willard is with us. Kevin started out the day with a nice little talk. You got to meet Kevin yesterday for a little bit. What are your first thoughts?
You know what? All I could see is the intensity that's going to be needed to carry on the fine Villanova tradition. I saw the look in his eyes. It was like, "How you doing, Gary? Glad to see you come." You know, and it's funny. It's on the eyes of everybody who takes the head spot in a fine basketball program. So what's interesting is I wish I could have told him, "Coach, breathe." You want to tell him, "Breathe," but the idea is can't breathe. Right now, I got to get it all together.
Well, yeah, he's on it. He's got a lot on his plate right now. Listen, first of all, I think he's absorbing this whole family thing that we got going on.
Yeah.
That Coach Mass started, obviously, and it was continued from Coach Lapp and Kyle and now Jay. And Jay and now Kevin. You know, so I think he's absorbing all of that. He's trying to get it. You know, and he's as he meets different guys from different eras, he's starting to see a pattern of similarity, and that is family, and that is how we're together.
I love it.
And that is, you know, he can't believe that we're as close as we are. And it doesn't matter when you played, as long as you put that uniform on, that's really what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. It is about that. And believe me, I joke a lot, just so you know out there, whenever I do share what's inside my mind, I'm not trying to be sarcastic or arrogant when I say breathe, but I think everyone can breathe at a certain point. Whether you get opportunities for a job, opportunities to play in a fine program like this, don't forget to breathe. Because if you put in the work before, it's going to all reveal itself.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, I love you.
Always good to see you. Love you, my man.
Yeah,
We'll be back. We're here with Aaron Howard. Aaron, number 32, one of the best defensive players ever to come out of Villanova. Aaron, great to see you, man.
Thank you
great
for that.
to see you, brother.
Appreciate it.
I mean, listen, you know, you made your triumphant return to Summer Jam a few years ago.
Yes.
You know, and I want to reiterate that story for people because it's a great story.
All right.
You know, so I call Coach. And I don't even know if you know the whole thing.
Don't tell me, please.
I call Coach Mass, and I said, "You're coming to Summer Jam, right?" And he says, "I don't want to come." I said, "You're coming." I called everybody. Everybody's coming to see you. Because we all knew that this was quite possibly, and in fact, it turned out to be his last Summer Jam. So I call him, he says, "You know who I haven't seen?" I really would like to, can you get a hold of Aaron Howard? I said, of course. He goes, I haven't seen him since graduation, and I really would love to see him. And I said, okay. So I call you. You were in your feels a little bit. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. And I had to call Eddie to reach out to you. And Eddie called me and said he's going to call you in a minute. And in a minute, you were on the phone. And I said to you, remember this?
I do remember.
I said to you, look, you got to come. And you said to me, hey, I had to go to Creighton to get tickets for a game for Villanova. That's not right. I played here, blah, blah. And I said, did you talk to your teammates about how it works? And you said, no. I said, well, that's on you. I said, so now, I said, you need to come down. Coach is in the fourth quarter. We don't know what's left on the clock. You said, okay. I said, oh, by the way, get Alex Bradley too. And he walked in the door, man. I was sitting with him in this room right here that we're at.
I remember
I was
that.
sitting with him, and I nudged him. I go, look who walked in. He lit up, Aaron, like a kid on Christmas, man. And he got up and met you at the door. You didn't even get in the door.
I remember that.
He was so excited. And then you came out into the huddle afterwards, like Jay would bring everybody into the huddle. And he said some nice words about you. And you've been back ever since.
Ever since.
And really, that is what Summer Jam is all about.
Absolutely. And I told you this too. I got to thank you for bringing me back in because,
absolutely.
You go through life, you leave school. I moved around a few, over the years. I lived in a few cities. I was down in Virginia for a while. I was in Philly. I was up in Boston. And you just kind of lose track.
Yeah.
And you kind of just don't participate in these kind of things. So I was happy that you brought me back in, especially now as we're getting older.
Yeah, of course.
As we're getting older. And that's why when you told me Coach Mass wanted to see me, I'm like, I got to see Coach Mass too. Because none of us are getting any
And the
younger.
result was a great photo.
And it was
I'm sure you still have, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I appreciate you reaching out and being persistent with it too.
Well, that's part of the deal, And listen, guys don't come back for certain reasons, whatever. But it's mostly stuff that can be fixed, or stuff that was a miscommunication, or something in that nature. That it really is not a big deal when you look at the scheme of things. You haven't missed many events since then.
No,
you've been.
I'm a regular. I'm a regular now. I'm a regular now,
which is great.
It feels good.
And listen, that's what it's all about, man.
Absolutely,
it's great. So, we're going to get to see the team tonight. I'm anxious
looking forward
to hear
to that.
What you have to say. I went to practice about 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
a little different, I have to say.
Wow.
They got the music bumping when you walk in. I went, what the heck is going on?
No, we never had anything.
No,
like that.
no. And he had the music bumping, and I realized it's just white noise, for these guys who do that.
Right.
So as they're doing their skills and drills kind of thing, they do that. And then when it comes time to teach, the music goes off.
Right.
And Coach Willard went into his thing.
Okay.
But I think we're going to be okay.
All right, good.
We have some athletic guys. We have some big guys that can run up and down. There was 3 or 4 guys that were looking me straight in the eye. Which
well, I've
good.
seen when they post the people they've signed, like, well, we got some size here.
Yeah.
We signed some big guys.
I think it's going to be fun. And you know what? And for the first time in a long time, it's going to be up-tempo, I think.
All right, cool.
Which is, everybody's been waiting to see what that looks like.
Right,
in a Villanova uniform, So
right.
We're going to see tonight. I think we'll see some of that tonight. So, I was talking to you a little bit about the podcast that we do, the Big East Rewind, and how we interact with some of the guys that we've played against. And you don't even realize, like, the Georgetown guys in particular come to mind. They were always looked at as the guys that wore the black hat, the bad guys, the Darth Vaders, if you will.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So and they're the nicest guys in the league.
Wow.
It's unbelievable because some of the stuff was all perpetuated by Coach John, So, and you were saying you never got friendly with anybody you played with, right?
No, except for the Seton Hall guys, because we were all Jersey guys coming up.
Right.
But other than that, no, it was. I don't know when it changed. That's what I see, because I see how friendly you are. And
well, that changed about a year ago. It's not like we were hanging out after, but it's different now. Like these guys that play are because they've played AAU together with each other against each other. They all grew up in the same game, in the same leagues and stuff.
Right.
So it's different. And the NBA too, you see a lot of, buddy stuff and hey, come play with me kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah, not that I've had any issues with anybody. We just never became friendly.
Well,
you get on the court, you compete.
Yeah, and
win or lose, the game's over and everybody goes their separate way.
You were there at the very beginnings of the Big East.
Right.
So I mean, so it got to be bragging rights for the whole East Coast, basically.
Absolutely, it
You know,
was.
and then you know, and everybody was playing in the bandboxes then. You know, you had Walsh Gym, you had Manley Fieldhouse, right?
Right.
And then the Dome came in later. But
Right.
You had our place, the Cat House, which is now Jake Nevin.
Seton Hall, we were playing in
Talk
Walsh
about playing in
Auditorium.
those places, man.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
Walsh,
right,
yeah.
right.
Walsh was like
It was like a high school gym.
Yeah, it was a high school gym.
It was a high school gym.
You know, and
Yeah.
those games, and then everybody's right on top of you. Talk about how tough it is to go into enemy territory and play like that.
You know, it's great though, the energy you get from those small gyms
Oh, yeah.
though. Even if you're the visiting team,
Yeah.
you can still draw for that crowd energy. Sometimes
Yeah.
they're playing in the bigger arenas, 15, 20,000. You don't get that same kind of
Right.
griminess and gritty.
Right.
Gritty
Yeah,
kind of play
I miss
you
some of
got
that. I
back
mean,
then.
you know,
yeah.
you don't see that kind of. I miss that physicality. I miss watching that kind of stuff. 'Cause
Right.
I was a bump and grind guy, as you were too.
I was too.
Yep.
Yep. Even though I was skinny as heck.
Well,
in
yeah,
those
but
days,
you were long, man.
Yeah,
you
I
were
was
like,
long.
You were like at
Yeah.
the top of the. If I'm remembering correctly, you were at the top of the trap, the 1-3-1
Exactly.
trap.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that had to be a bitch trying to get
Yeah.
around you, man.
Yeah.
Harold
I could
Presley
move to-
played that spot with us.
After I left, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
But I
yes,
mean,
yes.
man, I mean, because your wingspan is how big? Do you have any idea?
I don't think it was ever measured.
But
Yeah,
it's huge.
I was pretty long.
Yeah,
I was pretty
yeah.
long, so I could cause a little.
Yeah, I
disruption
know.
and get some
You.
deflections.
Yeah, and you had John in the back to lump
Exactly.
people up if they got
Yep,
through.
yep.
You weren't getting to the rim.
No,
There's no doubt about that.
no,
Who
no.
else was on that team with you? Like,
So
Stewie
Stuart
was there,
Granger,
right?
John
John,
Pannone, Mike Mulquin. I played a couple of years with Rory Sparrow.
Right. He was great too.
Yeah, he was a great guard. Really great
That's
guard.
a guy we don't see very much of.
I ran into Rory maybe 2 or 3 years ago. We're both Jersey guys. So
Right.
I've seen him at the Montclair
He's a
Jazz
Patterson
Festival.
guy, right?
He's a Patterson East Side guy.
Yeah.
I ran into Rory a couple of years ago. And we exchanged numbers. I think we played phone tag a little bit and never connected though. But yeah, I would like to see him come back too.
That's
I talked
great.
to Stewie yesterday. He
Yes,
said he
I
couldn't
talked to
make it
Stu today. He called me.
Oh, you
while
talked
we
to
were
him
out.
today?
We were on the course. He was
okay,
calling me.
okay.
And why aren't you here talking to me?
I called him yesterday. Hey, you coming, man? He's like, no, I can't make it.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever.
That's well, that's what we have to do. I think, Coach Willard, I think, has all great intentions of keeping this thing that we have rolling.
Right.
But I think honestly, it's up to us as former players to get the word out and get everybody
And
back.
to encourage everybody
The
else
more
to come
people
back.
come
Right,
back, the
right.
more fun it'll be, and everybody will have a good time. And this
Exactly.
thing will continue
Exactly.
for generations.
Exactly.
man.
And you played a big part in that too, and everybody says that too.
Yeah, well, I
of keeping
appreciate that,
of
man.
keeping everybody together.
Yeah,
you know?
you know what it is, Aaron. I'll be straight with you. Is after a while the ball stops bouncing, and you can't play. And the greatest thing about it is nobody cares at a certain point. Nobody cares how many points you scored. Nobody cares how many minutes you played.
Right.
Because if that was the case, nobody would have been talking to me.
Right.
I said, but if you're
Well,
a good
same here. I
if
wasn't
you're an
a
ambassador,
Yeah,
But
right.
if you're an ambassador and you're keeping everybody together, the locker room never had to stop.
Right.
And to me, that was the most fun. The bus rides, the
Yep.
locker room,
Yep.
the behind the scenes stuff that nobody
Exactly.
knows about.
Exactly.
That's where all the fun is.
and the
man.
closeness. You really bond with everybody during it.
Yeah.
People don't realize how much of a bonding experience
Right,
it is.
right.
Going 4 years with guys, 3, 4 years,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. And you become just so close. Even now coming back, it's so good seeing
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
It's so good seeing
So
people.
last question, and I'll let
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
So now that you're back, what does it mean to you to be back?
It feels great recognizing that I was a part of something that's, it was good when I was here.
Yeah.
And maybe we had some great seasons. I mean, I did a Sweet 16 and Elite 8, which I'm very proud of.
Mhm.
But to come back and see how it's really just really grown since that time, and knowing that I played a part in it
That's cool.
is real fulfilling.
That's cool. Well,
Yeah.
man, thanks so much.
Thank
See
you.
you tonight
Thanks for
at the
having me.
game.
Man. Yes, you will.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you so
All right.
much. All righty, bye bye.
Aaron Howard. Okay, we're back here at Summer Jam. Gary and I are back. We're talking with Eric Eberts, Timmy Muller, and Chris Masati. Guys, what's it like coming back? You guys come back a lot. Like I see Tim around a lot. I see Chris around a lot. Eric, yeah, not so much. Sometimes, and he's a local guy. All right,
Got reason to now, though.
So now he's got reason to. I just called him out. So talk about what it's like to come back to school for different events, not just Summer Jam.
Yeah, I like it. It's always fun to get, you don't see these guys a lot. Like you said, I try to see as much as you can, but it's always fun to come back and catch up. And it's like we never, so we were hanging out like yesterday. It was cool.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the older I get, the more I just appreciate having friendships that are 30 or 40 years.
Yeah.
And, we always loved this place as players. We loved it shortly after graduation, but I think as time goes on, we just really appreciate what we've all been through together, the hard work we put into continuing our friendships and admittently growing them to different levels than they even were when we were players. So this is a great day and a day that we all mark on our calendar annually.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead. What do you?
No, I agree. Nothing more to add. Just we're grateful. We all live busy lives, and this actually gives us a day to just stop and see our good friends and people we play with, and meet new friends, and just very lucky to have it. So big thanks to the team.
More importantly than all of that, how are you guys hitting the ball? Because you were rated one of the top teams to win this thing. I don't know if you know that. I couldn't believe it with a guy like Timmy Muller playing. But he's one of the top. They're one of the top guys. How are you guys doing?
We're better at golf than we were in hoops. I can't speak for Eric.
Well,
as far as Chris,
Eric can shoot it a little bit. I know that.
The expectations are quite low as far as hoops, so maybe
The only Eberts that shoots better than him is the daughters. Pick one,
Can we buy some mulligans off?
Seriously,
Yeah, I got plenty of mulligans. I got plenty of
We
mulligans.
need some.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate you guys. Go hit them straight, okay?
Great
day.
Have
Go
fun.
Cats.
Go Cats.
Thank you, everybody.
God bless you. Good to see you all.
Fun day.
God bless you. Love all day.
Likewise.
God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah, bless
Enjoy
you.
the rest. We'll see
Thanks.
you as the day
Are
unfolds.
you going up top or you're hitting it from down here?
And by the way, if you're going to ask how far, 16.
You know what? Okay. We're back on the 16th hole, and we got another great foursome that just showed up. Shane Clark, Frank Tweezy, Howard Brown, and Neil Horgan. Okay? Here. And listen, they say they're not doing as well as they would like. What's going on, fellas? How are we playing?
A lot of putts missing. We're not hitting any fairways, but we're hanging in there. Bogey golf is good golf to me. So.
Well, listen, here's what I would say to you, Shane. You and Frank are together like brothers all the time. Every time I see Frank, I see you. Every time I see you, except in the airport, I see Frank. You guys look the part, though. At least you look like you could play.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you go down to the schoolyard, right? And you got the guy with that looks like a baller.
Right.
And then you got the guy that's like a pretender. But you guys look the part, so I'm surprised that you're missing as many putts as you are, like you say.
Right, we're out here just having fun.
That's
dog.
what it's
And
about,
I think that's the issue. We're talking and having fun too much.
That's probably right. Howard, how you been? What's going on with you? How have you been playing?
Surprisingly, my last 3 tees have been down the fairway.
Yeah. That's good.
I did my best to contribute. Luckily, I got these guys to carry me.
Is he carrying the team? Is he?
Certainly not.
No?
Short game, he
There
is.
are 3 much better athletes on our foursome than myself, but it's more about having fun than worrying about the numbers.
Exactly. It's more about having fun and getting together as a family and just having a good time. Fellas, thanks for joining us.
right.
Get it straight, okay?
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Good luck, Ken.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Thank you, sir.
Kevin Rafferty, Matt O'Neill, Kevin Hohen.
Okay, so we're here with the guys. All right, we're at Summer Jam. Kev, talk about coming back. You come back a lot to a lot of things, not just the Summer Jam, but you're back. You guys all come back for games and for other events that we have. Talk about what it's like coming back to this place.
Yeah, well, it's important. This is a program that ever since we've been a part of it, we've always believed that it's much bigger than any one of us. And so living true to that, coming back is important. Seeing everybody, this is what makes it special. So, Summer Jam is great because of the people who are here.
Yeah, and it's great that we stay in touch with the guys who played before us, as Collin said earlier. How about you guys? You guys come back. I see you guys around at events and stuff. What's your take on that?
What I think about in the Davis Center when you walk down to practice, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Yeah.
I think events like this is the epitome of that. Everyone comes back together, talk about old stories. We have new faces now. That's what Villanova basketball is all about.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of Villanova basketball, playing for those who played came before you. And it's always great seeing the older guys that have graduated come back and supporting the new guys, the current team. And that's what it's all about, and that's Villanova basketball.
Last question, Kev. We got a new boss now, Kevin Willard. He's got a lot of experience behind him. Great coach. Says he's going to keep this up. He made a nice little speech today at Summer Jam at the beginning of the tournament. And so, what are your thoughts? Have you gotten to meet him yet? Have you spoke to him at all? And what do you think?
Yeah, I met him briefly a couple times. I just appreciate his energy and what he's bringing to the program now. And he says it the best, and he said it again this morning to all of us. He said, "What's going to keep this going is everyone who's here."
Right.
And you know, that is truth, and we're excited to kind of help carry on the legacy that is Villanova basketball.
I think that's the most important thing is we continue to build this thing. He doesn't know the history yet. We have to teach him, right, guys?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us. All right. Good luck the rest of the way. Hit them straight,
Good
boys.
luck, gentlemen.
Hit them straight.
Good luck, gentlemen.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Hang in there.
Okay, we're here with Randy Foy and Connor Topper. Randy, former player here at Villanova, longtime professional basketball player in the NBA. What are your thoughts about coming back for Summer Jam and being a part of this Nova tradition?
I think that one of the coolest things about this is our brotherhood. We come together every single year. We support the young guys, make sure that we're passing their legacy along. But what we're trying to do is we're just trying to make sure that we bring everybody together for Coach Willard, where, you know, the new regime can see what we're trying to do and how we're trying to execute things as a team and as a family. So I think for myself and everyone that's here, it's all about the brotherhood and, you know, respecting what we got to do as a family going forward here.
Of the whole day, what's your favorite part of the Summer Jam Monday what we have? Is it the scrimmage? Is it playing golf? Is it hanging with the guys? What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is watching the younger guys play against the pros. Because I can remember when I was here, Kerry would come back, Jason Lawson would come back, Alvin Williams would come back.
Yep.
And they would go against us and they would show us things that we needed to learn within the game, because we were playing at a college level, and ultimately you want to make it to the next level, which is being an NBA player. But there's certain things you don't know. So their expertise in coming back and helping us, that was like one of my favorite things. Golf I didn't do when I was younger. I do it a lot now.
Yep.
But being able to play against those older guys, that changed my life.
Connor, is it true that you're carrying this team on your back? Is that true? This is what I'm hearing.
Coach Williams, Randy and I are just trying to keep up, but yeah, we're enjoying the day and we're happy to be here. So.
Well, thanks for hanging with us, guys.
No,
Hit them straight. Okay, this is the foursome I've been waiting for, because I've heard all about these guys from when I started playing, and now knowing them for as long as I have, there's an intense rivalry that's going on. So we've got Joe Archidiacono with us. We got Joey Rogers, Whitey Rigsby, and Marty Curran. So talk about, guys, why don't you jump in? You guys you and Joe were roommates back when you played, and Marty, you and Joe were roommates. You and Arch.
So this match, Chuck, is 112 Sullivan Hall versus 105 Sullivan Hall.
Oh, all right.
It's the third year in a row. 112 Sullivan Hall is 2-0 before this year.
Okay.
But who's
counting?
And we'll probably be 3-0. But I don't know.
It goes back many years to when we were in school, and they would come in and steal our food, and we were just young, right behind the ear freshmen, looking at these seniors and juniors and going, you know, giving them respect.
I know all about that. I had a guy named Gary McLain and Ed Pinckney steal all my food. We and Wyatt Maker.
For full disclosure, his mom worked at like Tasty Cake. What were we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Laverne and Shirley, right? Like packing tasty cupcake.
Okay. So here we are. How many holes are you in now today?
11.
What's the score?
Do you really want to know, Chuck? It's not fair.
We were up 1 after 9.
We won the front 9.
Okay.
By 1, but he missed 3 holes. So, and we're up, right now we're up 1 on the back. And
Okay.
We'll win. It's just a matter of how much we cheat. Not how much
We
how good we
respect
play.
our
How good we play.
Yeah, we respect the elders.
That's exactly right. And this is what it's really all about coming here for Summer Jam, right? You know, you guys were teammates, some of you, and some of you, you know, but it's all about the camaraderie and the brotherhood, right? Talk about that for a second.
I've been carrying this guy for 50 years.
I know.
Chuck, you know, Villanova is very fortunate. Villanova basketball is very fortunate. Villanova basketball players, there's probably not in the country a better basketball alumni group than Villanova has. And again, I travel all over the place. You know, I see these different, I remember the guy from North Carolina talking, oh, we're actually going to have an alumni day. We've been having that for 40 years along with this event. So our basketball alumni group has really stayed very close together.
Yeah.
And you, frankly, are as big a part of that as anyone. And
Well,
we thank you
thanks.
for that.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. And so have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your round.
Beautiful.
May the best team win.
No,
I
no,
need
no, no,
an
no.
update.
Our team
I need
win.
an
Our
update.
team win.
I need an update at the end
We'll
of the
keep you
day.
posted. Thanks,
All right.
man.
Thanks, guys. At Summer Jam, and right now we're talking with number 41, James Bryson, my boy. How are you, James?
Man,
Everything
I'm doing
good?
super. Can't complain, bro.
And Mr. CBS himself, Chris Walker. How you doing, Chris?
I'm
From
doing
Texas.
great.
Listen, it's great to see you guys, and it is great to see everybody here when we're at Summer Jam. You know, we were just discussing nutrition, Chris and I, and he mentioned to me how much he likes McDonald's, and I happen to hear that you were an all-star. Is that true?
Hey, look. Long story short, yeah. I think we all were kind of somewhat McDonald All-Americans, but I had a McDonald All-American bag. He was a sophomore when I was a freshman, so I coveted that bag.
Yeah.
And us and our little shenanigans, he ripped my bag, and it was devastating. And I chased him around the gym and couldn't catch him.
Well, the only McDonald's bag I am familiar with are the one with 2 Big Macs and 3 cheeseburgers. You know, that's the only bag I roll with. You know,
That's crazy.
That said,
That's
how'd
funny.
you got fun? Obviously, you just got here, but did you have fun today?
It's an awesome time. It's always good. And I don't live far away. I have lived far
Yeah.
away. It's always good to be able to, reconnect with the guys
Yep.
and come back and see the enthusiasm. Obviously, we have a new coach,
Yep.
A new direction. We've all been locked into a certain way for the last 40 years. almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now different vision. So obviously we were sad to see Kyle go, but we're excited about the path forward.
Yeah, I agree with you. And we got together last night at Neil's, which we do at times, and Coach Willard dropped by. We hung out for an hour and a half.
Oh, that's
which was
cool. I'm looking forward to meeting him.
It was really good. Yeah, he's a really good dude. And I was telling Aaron Howard a little while ago is, this whole thing that we have, this brotherhood, this culture, whatever you want to call it, right? This only continues if we continue it,
Mhm.
because he doesn't know enough about it yet. He's learning.
Right.
And he'll get there. But I mean, if we don't come back, if we don't talk to our teammates to get them back, if we don't pack the house with alumni, it's not going to stay the way it was, and it should. And he's all in for that. By the way, he wants it. It is an open door policy for any player to come to practice. You don't even have to call and say you're coming; just show up. The only time he doesn't have an open door is a day after a loss. That's it. Which I don't blame him.
It's a unique experience. Even when I was talking to Mark Alexander, who I played with today, I was paired with the dean of the law school here,
Right.
and I was sitting there and I was saying, like, why I came to Villanova. Gave the whole story about being recruited by Georgetown and different schools. Even Coach Ravelin, who's a Villanova alum, he's
Right.
the head coach at USC. And I said it reminded me of my high school. At my high school in Houston, everybody came back. Everybody always came back.
Yep.
And then you played against the older guys, and that's how you measured yourself. So even today, it was a big deal, and JV knows this about family. We always saw you guys and Prez and,
Right.
and Eddie. We always saw people coming back
Yeah.
because he was Daddy Mass, and it was about family because we weren't the sexiest, team on the block back in the Big East.
And our era.
In our era, so the brand was it's family.
Right.
Eat pasta. Obviously Jay's done it and taken it to another level.
Jay took it low carb, man.
Yeah. He took it low carb.
And
Coach
chefs,
Mass had
and look,
it,
and
right.
chefs, and personal chefs.
Yeah.
But the slogan that we played for those who came before us. Well, it only means anything. It only means something if we come around.
Right, exactly right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So they can see us.
But you also think about how you forge relationships like you and I. I think
Right.
we're supremely tight.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you're 2 generations before me.
Correct.
So how does that happen? Only with family,
Only
and the
with
way,
fam-
with
that's
the
right.
way that
You know, it's funny that you said that, JB, because I come to a lot of games, and I've said this before. I hang out, when I come out here, usually I'm with Will Sheridan, who's 20 years younger than me, and Chef, who's 30 years younger than me. But they still can't roll with the tequila like I do. So I'm just saying, man.
I've heard some stories. You guys were special. Matter of fact, Chuck, I heard some stories from you.
Well,
How special you guys were.
listen, there's some we could tell and some that we can't, Chris.
I want to keep my job. So
So I talked a little bit with Coach Willard, and to your point about coming back, it is important because when we came back for you guys, the coaches would be like, okay, here's Chuck and Harold from the 85 team. And you guys would be, oh, they're from the 85 team. Yeah. Now they don't care about that. But they care about is if you're telling them your story and who you are and how you got to where you are and what this place means to everybody. You know, it's different. He goes, if Coach stood up there and said, hey, we got James Bryson here, and it'd be like, okay, we got Chris Walker, we got Chuck Everson, okay. But if Chris Walker comes over and says, hey, I played here too, and this is what I did, and this is what we did when I was playing, and it means a lot more. You know, it's a different generation of kid, I guess is what I'm saying.
It is, Chuck, but the one good thing, and JB and I laugh about it, we could talk off camera about the way you really build it is like when you set up the text thread.
Yeah.
And then there's a game, we all can discuss what happened, and we can continue dialogue.
Yeah.
It's not going to always, we all got families, we got stuff going on. And then we can start really staying more connected.
Right.
And then more people will come out because then you're talking to each other and you're staying in contact. And then it's like, hey man, how your kids doing and what's going on, Chuck?
Right.
And
right.
We got to have that real true bond with each other, JB. You know how you and I have been
But
around.
you got a lot of guys that are like just connectors too.
Yeah.
That can be, empowered to facilitate it. Just to, because I know I'm a connector. We know Chuck is a doggone connector. You're a connector. We bridge two kind of gaps because you got your crew before me.
Yeah.
With the Doug West and those guys, which was connected to Chuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I got the crew after you left. So we got a wide range, even the guys like a Howard Brown. I mean, these guys are way before, but I'm Celestans. I'm tight with a lot of guys because we came back.
Yeah.
And I came back. I used to live here, obviously, for 17 years before I moved.
It's interesting because, like Chris said, we have a lot of text threads. I have one for the guys that played for Mass, Jay, Lap,
And I'm in both of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're
so
in both of them. Yeah. So it's you do what you can do, but everybody's got to start to figure it out that, listen, it's been great for years and years and years, and I don't think this is the end of the run like some people think.
No.
I think that it's only going to get better. It's going to be different, okay, but it'll get better. And it's funny because when I went to practice, and first thing is, both you guys, will get a kick out of this. The first thing is the music's bumping, man. As soon as we walked in the door, I went, "What the hell is going on? Man? I mean, what's going on?" So
that's different.
I'm sitting with Mike Sheridan. He goes, "Yeah, it's a little different." I said, "Coach Mass would have thrown this thing right out the window." So apparently, it's white noise for these guys. They're just doing their drills, their Pete Maravich series and shooting and all these different things. And then when it comes time to teach, whoop, volume's off and he's in his element, And it's
That's a new thing.
It's definitely adapting to the time.
Every single
it's a new thing.
Team, every time I do a game on TV, I go to their practices. I'm like, I get it, but it's just
it's change. Change is different.
Yeah.
You say it's white noise.
Yeah.
They adapt to. And those coaches. The funny thing is, I know half those coaches don't even know any of those songs.
No, none of them.
None of them. I'm like, Coach, really?
Yeah, I was laughing because I'm like, what the hell's going on? I was totally out of my element.
Right.
I'm like, what the hell's going on? So, and like I said, everybody's got to come back and discuss what their teams were about and everything like that. And I got to say, these kids, Javon Pinkston, because I called Javon and I said, hey, because I knew he was on the staff still, and I said, hey, are you in the gym? He goes, yeah. I said, could you please let me in? So he knew I was coming to practice.
Yeah.
So he came and got me. I went through the training room, and every kid came over and said hello. They were all nice kids.
Oh,
and
man.
you know what you're going to like? 3 or 4 guys are going to be looking you dead in the eye.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, so there's a couple of bigs.
We got some
and
bigs,
they get up
right.
and down the floor, too, because he did some 5-on-5 stuff, and he mixed up the squads. He put 2 really good guys on, 2 guards, and 3 7-footers, or, at least close to 7 foot.
Right.
And I'm telling you, they ran the other squad off the floor because they were getting every offensive rebound and kicking it. The ball was moving, and they were getting up and down, man. Nobody was plotting.
Gazelles, yeah.
Yeah. Gazelles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
listen, it's a new style.
Yeah.
I watched Maryland last year, and obviously they had a lottery pick.
Yeah.
With Derek Queen, but I love the style, the way they play up and down, trying to score. Now the team that came the year before, they couldn't score at all.
Right.
That Villanova beat, but this team he had last year was certainly exciting.
Did they lead the nation?
Huh? I don't know
number
if they
one?
led the nation, but they were really good in a lot of characters.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah.
And he had a he had a good team coming back too.
Yeah.
So he did a good job, and obviously the change. But it's going to be interesting to see the style change. And listen, man, Jay Wright won a lot of games playing a certain style, and he really changed and transformed college basketball with the jump stop
and the guards,
and the guard and small guards. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Willard does. He's a proven winner, and hey, man, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and we get to see them in about 15, 20 minutes. So with that,
that's cool.
Thank you guys for coming by and hanging for a few
Appreciate
minutes
you,
with us.
Doing your thing, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, man. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you guys. Okay, Chris Walker, James Bryson on the Big East Rewind.
I'm grateful to be here on Big East Rewind, and we have some late greats and some more great players in Villanova history. Mr. Jeff Sherry, Mr. Mike Mulquin, and basically, guys, how you guys doing today? Everybody feeling good?
We're having a great day. It's nice to be back.
Having a great day?
Yeah.
You know what?
Hey, who's got it better than us?
Yeah.
Not many people, not many.
You know what I would like to ask you? I guess I would like to ask you, what does Summer Jam mean in your schedule, in your spirit, in your life? When you hear Summer Jam Villanova, what does that mean to you?
To me, it worked. We worked really hard over these years with the Villanova basketball program, but even better is we got great friends that we've kept for 40 years. That's what means everything to us.
Okay.
You're spread out all over the place, different jobs and careers and families, but in the state, it's all catch up like that.
Yes, and the beautiful part about Villanova tradition and history is that everybody has a life after Villanova.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a position with family, and they're invested in family, and when we come here and we get back together, it's like one big locker room. That's what this day is all about, ladies and
Thanks,
gentlemen.
fellas.
All right, thanks, guys.
Get 'em straight.
Take care.
Hey, we're here with my favorite guys now. We got the 85 crew back together again at Summer Jam on the 16th hole here at Radnor Valley. You got the point guard, you got the guy that made the shot, and you had two guys that cheered real hard for them as we were playing that game. Guys, talk to me about coming back. I know you guys come back all the time, but talk to me about what it means to come back to this place. Not just for Summer Jam, but in general.
Go ahead, Brian.
Thank you, Harold.
Yeah.
Good stuff. It's always an experience coming back here. We do come back often, but it always seems like we've never left, actually. So coming back is just part of the tradition that we do, and we always look forward to it.
Yeah, it's great to see everybody. It's great to catch up. We have a new program. That's right. We have a new head coach. We have a new program, and our guys rally around, and will do whatever they can, obviously, to support the new coach, the new program. So we're excited to just continue to be part of it.
So I know how you both play basketball. We've played against and with each other for years and years and years. How are you on the golf course?
Well, also, Harold's really good.
Harold looks like he could still play basketball.
Yeah, he's been
in great
carrying
shape.
We're
smoke and mirrors 40 years ago.
We're all contributing, but Harold's our leader today. He's doing really well.
You know what? Today's my day, but every swing is different.
Listen, it seems you've had a lot of days that have been your day, Harold. Let's call it the way it is. 235 to go with the jump shot. That was a pretty good day too.
No question.
April
no
Fools.
question. But nothing happens that night without our fearless leader right here.
That's right.
Amen.
Who handled incredible pressure from Georgetown all night and got us going every step of the way.
And then I'm going to pass the buck down to, they could say that they just played, but we battled day in and day out. And it's beautiful to see everybody and how we do mature and how we age. It's like fine wine, baby, and we're still loving on each other and supporting each other. Not only here, but throughout life in general.
Well said.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be here. It's good to see you all.
All right, good to see you, boys.
Yeah.
You guys have a great time. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Love you, brother.
All right, man. Love you, man. Okay, we're here with the new boss. Congratulations. Great to see you, Coach.
Thanks, Chuck. Good to be
Always
here.
great to see you. Kevin Willard is with us. Tell me about, what are you thinking? It's your first Summer Jam. It's early in the day still, but what are you thinking so far? What are your thoughts?
I tell you what, Chuck, I've been looking forward to this ever since I found out that we do this. I think to see the brotherhood that is Villanova basketball from generation is something really special. And so to be part of that family, to be part of that culture, for me is really special.
Yeah. Listen, and the more you get involved with it, the more you'll understand how deep it goes. Because the history, Gary and I were talking about it earlier. In years past, I'm sitting talking to Paul Arizin and Howard Porter and Chris Ford and guys that have passed on. You know, and as Randy said earlier, you know, he comes back because Kerry came back. You know, so it's like that all the way through. We came out. I love what you said at the beginning of the event to start this thing off. And I love the fact that you came and hung with us last night for a little bit. Talk about that whole thing.
I mean, I was a little upset I had to pay for my beer last night. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, last night was great. Like, the last night to me was like a great kickoff just to kind of see. I wanted to get the feel and to see the age differences.
Yeah.
And for guys talking about this guy's team and that guy's team, everyone having a beer and laughing and having to me, that was like, man, this is special. And then to see all these guys come back, play a little golf. And then I think the biggest thing, I think Randy said it, you know, to watch the team, to see the new generation. I think your guys' knowledge, passing that knowledge off, is probably the most important thing, not only basketball-wise, but I think Villanova-wise.
And today's a first look at your guys, really, for everybody. So you have the public coming in, which is different. We've done that in the past a couple times, but that's different. But I think it was important that you let some folks in to see your boys.
Well, I think the biggest thing, Chuck, as everyone knows in today's landscape, year to year, your roster is going to change. And so I think the biggest thing is getting people excited, getting people to know these guys. Just like, you know, when you were a freshman, sophomore, junior, they saw the progression. Now the progression has to happen a little bit quicker. So to get people in there, get them to see. I think it's good for the current players to kind of see what Villanova's all about.
And hear about it from the guys that did it. You know, so that's great.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
Go
Chuck.
hit them straight, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, my man.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this inside, behind-the-scenes look to one of the greatest days of the basketball season. The basketball season kicks off with Summer Jam, and we had an awesome, awesome time. Right, Gary?
Man, an incredible time. And you know what? We gave you inside look at how we move, how we celebrate brotherhood, culture, how we celebrate the tradition of Villanova, young and old, and we're looking forward to an incredible new regime. Good luck to you, Coach Willard, and we're glad to be a part of the ride.